Let's get it.
Nah. Have you ever got your ass beat?
I have, and
Wait. Before you get into it, doesn't it? Because doesn't it when you get your ass beat? Doesn't it seem like it goes on forever?
kind of. I was like in a fetal position. And I was like,
The average.
stop kicking me.
The average fight be like 30 seconds, but when you're losing, that shit is eternity.
Mhm. Yeah, I was getting beat up by a grown man because my name was Jesus and his name was Jesus. So I was in middle school and they bust in through like the gym doors. There was like a whole gang of them. Older men. These were older men. I was in middle school. But they had a beef with one of my boys, right? So mainly they were there to beat up my boy, but he's like, his name's Jesus, my name's Jesus, I'm beating your ass. And I'm like, all right. So I'm sitting there on the ground like this, getting stomped out by like a grown-ass man, and I'm in middle school.
Because your name is Jesus.
Because my name was Jesus. I was like, you got to beat up a lot of people.
That's not like an uncommon
I'm not
name.
the only one named Jesus. But yeah, that was definitely a true story. And it was over because one of my boys threw a rock at some bitch.
Wait, was she a part of it?
Well, she got the gang on us.
Oh, I thought you were saying the fight was over because he threw a rock at some bitch. Like you were getting stomped out, and he was like,
No.
Everybody ran.
It started because he threw a rock at some bitch, and that bitch got mad and got like her whole gang posse to come up to her middle school and beat us up, which they did successfully.
But 36-year-olds whooping middle schoolers.
Yeah, exactly. And then after that, they shut down that hallway and they like renamed it, and they were like they didn't let us go out.
They named it in your honor.
Well, not in our honor,
but
yeah.
They you ever like? Do you still know them?
Who?
The people that was whooping your ass.
No, I mean, after it happened, like we was trying to figure out like who they were and shit like that. So like I knew who they was after, but I don't know where they're at now. Like I don't follow them now. Like hey, let me see if these guys are like doing down, and I'm feeling good about it. So I don't really care.
Not even that. I was just gonna ask you because like to bust into school and start whooping on some middle schoolers.
Right.
They probably, if you were to see them now, they're probably not that big.
Well, yeah, exactly. They're probably big for their age. Or not.
Not even for their age. They was big for your age.
They were big for my age. They were small for their age, but that's why they weren't like they were able to get into the middle school and beat us up. I guess
they thought they were students.
Yeah. But it's crazy, and we're not gonna name any schools or anything. But like recently, like there's been a lot of accidents in certain schools. Like there's been, students smoking meth in the bathroom.
That's not an accident.
Well, not an accident, but like wild shit. And it's like also, the other day I got an email saying in such and such school, someone started a fire in the elementary school in the bathroom. They lit the trash can on fire in the elementary. And also,
I don't think that was what you think it was. I did that before, and it was a complete accident.
In the elementary?
In middle
How
school.
do you get fire?
Fireworks.
But in elementary?
Fireworks.
Well, you were in middle school. That's understandable. Middle school is like when you start becoming that asshole. Elementary should be pure and fun, in my opinion. But like there was also another accident where this kid came and brought in melatonin gummies and was handing them out in elementary school. Like, yeah, this is what my mama gives me all the time. Like, take one, it makes you feel good.
It makes you feel good. The whole class is knocked out for recess.
Yeah. But I feel like shit wasn't as crazy like that when I was growing up. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it was as crazy.
I mean, it was crazy when I was growing up, and you're not that much older than me, so I think it might have been crazy when you were growing up.
And look, in middle school, yes. High school, yes. But like, maybe I don't remember elementary. Maybe that's what it is.
That's probably what it is, because there was mad fights in elementary.
I mean, fights, yeah, but like starting fires, bringing pills.
Yeah, probably not like pills and shit.
That's what I'm saying? Like in high school, sure.
But like kids would have like, knives and shit. It's my little switchblade or whatever.
Like, don't fuck with me, I'll stab you. Welcome to the Nonsense Conspiracy, by the way. That's all I had. Anyways, today we're going to play Four Kings in the Corner. I learned this when I was doing time back in Rikers Island. Nah, I've never been to prison. Don't judge me.
He's lying. Look at the tattoos.
And look at the tattoos. Look at the vest. Is there any Have you seen that Dave Chappelle got tackled or kind of tackled running up on stage?
Yeah.
I almost want to believe it's kind of staged, just the way that it happened, and they really whooped his ass.
They beat the dog
he
shit
didn't
out of
he
him.
didn't really do much because Dave Chappelle kind of pushed him out the way,
Here's the thing.
and he still got his ass whooped.
It wasn't Dave Chappelle that whooped his ass, though. It was his people. And so if somebody runs up on your people,
Yeah,
and there's a bunch of you, you're liable to start getting stomped out at some point.
that's true.
That happens anytime there's more than like 2 guys.
Yeah, he's just in a group of 4 or 5.
Yep.
You're just like,
Because you're on the ground pretty quick after a couple of hits, and then after that, niggas just start stepping on you.
but you think he just did it for the fame?
I kind of, it feels like it's staged only because it's so close to the other, to the Chris Rock shit.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, what's the odds?
Well, a lot of people are saying like the Will Smith, Chris Rock thing was the beginning of like now people are like, oh, I can go and do this because he said that.
You know what? That might be true because everything's based on like precedence, right? So like if you look back at like the Kanye shit when he ran up on stage or whatever,
Yeah.
ever since then it's been cool. Like, oh, I guess we can run up on stage. You know what I'm saying?
They set a standard. Now people are like, well, if he can get away with it, then
So I guess that
I
kind
can
of makes
get
sense.
away with it.
And then at the same time, if it was staged, that's wild. Because how much do you think you have to get paid to get stomped out?
like that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You,
There's a dollar amount, but I just don't know what it is.
yeah, I mean, and it wouldn't be. I mean, how much would you get stomped out for? And being like realistic, not like I'd do it for $2 million. Like realistic, like money that you
So-
can have for one ass beating, right?
Right,
Not
right.
exaggerating or pushing
Like
the
we,
envelope.
no millions and billions and
Yeah, none like that. Like if you give me $500 right now, I'd probably let you punch me once.
Oh, okay.
Right? Okay, that's $500. Now if
So well, I got you. I think I would probably do it for like, and this depends on who's doing
and to what extent we would have to discuss the
Yeah,
terms of
yeah,
how
it-
fucked up you're gonna fuck me up.
Yeah, like if you like,
But
yeah.
if it's a light fuck up where you're just gonna like, you know,
Because I've been
not
beat
breaking
up
bones?
before, so that's fine. You know what I mean?
there's
I've been beat
different-
up for free.
But there's different levels
Right.
to getting beat up.
Exactly. So assuming that I can still walk away afterwards.
Yes.
I'd
With
do
no
it.
broken bones.
No broken bones. I'll do it for like $100K.
That was my price.
Yeah.
I swear to God, that was my price. It's like $100K.
No
you'll
broken
beat my
bones,
ass right
$100K.
now,
I
no
don't even have to
broken
go to the
bones.
hospital?
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
like you look good. You know people
Like
are talking about
at the
you.
very least,
Give me $100K. You beat my ass right now.
like just a couple of black eyes, some bruises, some cuts here and there.
Yeah.
No, but no broken bones. $100K. Yeah.
Listen.
That sounds
You
crazy
say
as hell.
100K.
That sounds crazy.
All right, but listen. How much do you think? And look this up. Whoever our camera guy is back there. Look this up. How much do you think a UFC gets paid per fight? I think it's like 50K.
Yeah, they don't get a lot.
Exactly. So we're over here saying that we'll get beat up for 100K. Imagine they could have a whole ass fight, and they're getting way less than that.
Yeah.
That's why I said like, let's be realistic.
Yeah.
Like, how much would you really do it for? Like,
If we're being
At
honest,
the end of the day-
if we're being honest, those same like all of those same rules apply. Like no broken bones.
Yeah, yeah.
I can walk away from it
Yeah,
afterwards. Might do that shit for like $5 bro.
like give 5,000.
Because that's not that bad.
I do it for 10 because I feel like I could do something with 10. Five is like to me is like blow off money. Like
Damn.
I'm gonna just go spend that. Like you really can't invest $5 in anything. That's what I'm saying.
I hear what you're saying.
It's like,
But what I'm saying is like I think I can recover from an ass whooping without any broken bones fairly quickly. So,
yeah. No, I'd be laughing at the fucking
Like, I don't-
at the bank with 10 G's.
Like if you
just
present me with the offer, I'm not
two
gonna
black
start at
eyes.
5. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna work our way up to the extent.
But that's probably like that's not unreasonable.
That's what I'm saying. But I also believe UFC fighters aren't paid 100%, and they don't have any medical benefits or anything like that. I think that should be part of the whole.
I think that's the same for like pretty much all fight sports. Because I would say the same for boxers.
Yeah, but
the only-
boxers are not underpaid.
Yes, they are. The only boxers that make money are stars, and there's not
Yes.
that many stars. How many boxers can you name? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
You could probably name what 5, 10.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah.
Maybe 15, maybe 20. I watch a lot of boxing.
Either way,
But
there's more than 20 boxers in the world.
Yeah, for
and those
sure.
are the only ones making any money. And even them, they're not making a lot of money.
but they're making more than a UFC superstar. Is what I'm getting at.
Are they?
Yes.
The average boxer?
Not that a superstar boxer.
Oh, a
versus
superstar boxer.
UFC.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
They are making more.
Probably.
They're making more money.
But boxers kind of have to promote their own fights. You know what I'm saying? The UFC.
Well, they got promoters.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is the UFC is more like the NFL. You know what I'm saying? What is that for boxing? Like, there's an organization or whatever. In the UFC, the fighters are signed to the UFC.
Right.
So they have, like, that company backing or whatever.
And boxing has different promotion companies.
Right, but is it
It's not one single. But so does UFC. You got like
right, but
Bellator and.
That's different.
But you're saying UFC is like the top.
Right, and I'm saying
top
like
dog, top
all of the
dog.
fighters at the end of the day they work for the UFC.
Yes.
Just like all the football players, they work for the NFL.
Yes.
The boxing is a little bit different. It's more like independent and split up and shit. There's different companies.
It sort of is. There is promotion companies.
But
and
the
you can
promotion
buy yourself out of your contract, but there's still contracts in place. They're not as, I would say, as bad as a UFC contract. Because at the end of the day, like...
I feel like... and that could be...
There's other things wrong with UFC, like where you can't get a sponsorship because you can only wear Reebok gear in the ring.
But that's because you work for the UFC, so it's based off the UFC's deal.
Exactly. But in boxing, that doesn't really apply. You can wear, other brands and you can get paid off sponsorships.
Because they don't have those kind of contracts.
Because they don't have those kind of contracts.
But,
it's a contract.
I still think, we probably should look it up, but I still think that the average boxer probably is very underpaid as well.
The average guy.
Yeah.
But and my thing is, like, if you're going to do something, do it and be great. Like, we're not the best podcasters in the world by no means, but it's like, I feel like we're putting some time, we're starting to, and we're getting more dedicated, and I feel like, we'll do like better and better. It's a hobby, but, I mean, at least I take it as, I don't know, like, I don't really put this much effort into a lot of other things. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Besides work, like, but that just comes back to my pride, like, and who I am. It's just like, I don't want someone to be like, hey, you did this, you did that wrong. Unless I don't know better, I know I didn't do it wrong. Right?
Right.
Anyways, next topic. If you guys got any suggestions, go ahead and comment, like, subscribe, please. Regular water, regular tap water, alkaline water.
Whoa. Blur that out.
Sponsor us.
Nah, but
Do you have any beliefs that alkaline water is better for you than regular tap water?
No, I don't.
I did,
because people used to say that or whatever. It's like, if you're not drinking alkaline and you're throwing off your body's pH or whatever. But I was looking into this because I was looking into a lot of different shit.
What do they add to tap water? Fluoride.
What's that?
What do they add to tap water that comes out of your sink?
Fluoride.
Is there fluoride in here?
I don't know.
There's not.
But how bad is that really? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, who knows? You say that on a whim like that.
You could say the same.
But have you done any research on if fluoride is really bad for you or not?
Yeah. They used to use it back in the day, the CIA. They experimented with like mind control with it or whatever.
Yes.
Nothing came of it that we know of.
That you know
But
of.
here's the thing, buddy.
Okay.
But listen. Because you can only control what you can control. I've been drinking tap water my whole life.
I grew up drinking garden hose water.
Exactly. So if mind control is in this shit, they already got me. I might as well keep drinking it. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of like the alkaline shit or whatever, just because you eat or drink something that's alkaline, it doesn't affect the pH of your body. Because that would be fucking stupid.
Not even if it's on a consistent based like all you
maybe
eat,
if you
all,
inject that shit through an IV or something, but your body.
You don't think if it's like if you eat alkaline foods, drink alkaline water, and that's all your diet consists of, it won't change your body pH?
I really don't think so because
So what about that one doctor in Africa that cured all them people from cancer from?
Don't make me say it, nephew.
Having
don't make me say it.
Alkaline diet.
I ain't gonna say totally full of shit, but
he cured those people. What do you mean? He went to court and he won.
I think he got them on a healthier diet.
And he,
you know what I'm saying?
Let's go back. You know Jordan Peterson?
I think I don't know who that is.
Okay,
but I think yes I do.
Yeah,
but,
he was on Joe Rogan and all that. But it's like.
But what I think it is, I think that he in trying to look for the alkaline foods or whatever, the Dr. Sebi diet or whatever, all that shit. By default, you're now eating a healthy diet, so a lot of good shit's gonna happen. I don't think it's because it's alkaline. You know what I mean? I think it's because it's just good whole food.
Yeah, but I mean that's and you can classify it. I don't know what alkaline actually is, but it's like you can classify alkaline as being in the healthy food group, right?
No, not necessarily. We kind of talked about this the last time. Alkaline is just the opposite of acidic, and even if your body, if you were alkaline, that would be bad. If you were acidic, that would be bad.
You gotta be in that balance.
It's all balanced. So how do you know what your balance is? You know what I'm saying? But that's where it comes into where your body already regulates your pH. But if your body can't do that, something's wrong with you.
Right. But even going back to like Jordan Peterson, him and his daughter both had like really bad arthritis and all the kind of like diseases, and they went to a carnivore diet where all they ate was meat, salt, and water. Right. That's all they eat, and it benefited them as like their arthritis wasn't as bad, and all the other symptoms they had and all the problems just simply went away. So like your body can heal itself, right, to a point, but if you're just feeding your body a bunch of bullshit,
right,
then you're not helping your body break down all these bad things for you.
That diet, the carnivore diet, is the same thing. By doing that, you're not saying, okay, now I'm not eating processed foods. I'm not eating, junk food, basically. So by default, now you're on a healthier diet.
Right.
So if you were to get on that same healthier diet, but, I eat spinach too, you'd probably still be fine. You probably would still feel better. You see what I'm saying? I don't think any one of those diets or whatever is the answer. I think good food is the answer.
A healthy diet is the answer.
Yeah.
But and also like your portions, because I have a hard time.
Portions,
like I try to eat better, but I still eat a lot no matter what it is. If it's
definitely have that
if
problem.
It's good, it's like I just need to be full because it might be better for me, but I don't think it is if I'm still overeating and not minding my portions.
Yeah. And I think that's what the problem is with a lot of the more heavily processed foods, is because you're eating more because there's more shit compacted into a smaller package. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To where like if a whole like 8-ounce steak is, let's say, 500-600 calories, but you can get that out of a handful of jelly beans. You know what I'm saying? You can eat them jelly beans in a second. You know what I'm saying?
But okay, but
it just makes it easier to overeat.
But how come every time you have like a protein or anything like that, it says this is not a meal replacement, even though it might be the same amount of calories that you would get off a meal?
They say
it's still not doing the same thing as real food, correct?
No, that shit is on there because of like legally speaking, if somebody was to come and say,
all I've been eating
is protein bars, and then something happens to them. Yeah. And then they want to sue. That's the only reason they put that on there. But if you break everything down, and I'm not saying that protein bars are healthy or not healthy. I'm just saying that food is food at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think sugar is bad for you. I think excess is bad for you, to your point. Yeah. Too much of anything is bad for you.
Exactly. Now let's switch it up. Welcome to the Nonsense Conspiracy. But let's go to genetics. I was watching a couple of videos in genetics, right? I don't know how much you know about genetics.
Probably not much.
Well, like I was watching this video that was pretty interesting, where this lady hit her head and she was like a British lady or like an English lady, whatever.
I know what you're talking about.
She hit her head, and now she talks Irish, right? So you listen to her, she had like a very strong Irish accent, and I was like, is that like already in our genetic code? Like we have every language that's ever been, and it's already written in our DNA.
Nah, no, I think she's a whole maniac.
You think she made the whole thing
Yes,
up?
100%. Because the accents come from the way that you hold your lips and your tongue when you speak, and that's just based on how you got used to doing that with whatever language you were primarily
so back
speaking.
to you saying that, I don't know if that's true or not, but it makes sense. So it's like if you hit your brain and now your tongue or your mouth is stuck a certain way because you hit your brain in that certain position, then that would change your accent. Is what you're saying.
I guess in theory that's possible.
Right?
I still think she's full of it.
Yeah, I think she might be because I've seen a couple parts where she sounded normal and then a couple parts like she like really sounds Irish.
I was just watching this thing about this white kid in I think it was like Indonesia or something like that, and he has like a Asian accent.
Really?
It's fucking hilarious.
I was like what if I had like an Irish accent and like I barely have an American. My accent is like Michigan accent. I think it's like I'm Mexican and I grew up in America, but I feel like my accent is more slang from Michigan than anything else.
Yeah, 100%. But that goes back to like your accent comes from what you grow up speaking.
Yeah.
And then you get used to holding your tongue in a certain way because that's how you say those words. That's why like a lot of like Japanese or Asian cultures, they can't use certain letters because they don't have those letters in their vocabulary.
So what kind of letters can they use?
Let me think about it. I think it's like maybe the letter R.
R?
I think that's a tricky one.
Yeah.
I don't know, but just shit like that. So like they just can't use certain, not that they can't, but they never use those letters in their language. Not letters, but those sounds.
A lot of people can't roll their R's, and
I can't.
And
so I gave up on speaking
I
Spanish.
can to an extent. I can't do it that great, but I can. But
I definitely can. My wife can.
Your wife can?
She's better than me at everything.
Maybe she's like half Cuban or some shit.
She gets that a lot.
Huh? She looked like it, to be honest. I think she was like black and Cuban.
She definitely gets that a lot.
You look like you just straight from Africa.
I disagree.
I was watching a Dave Chappelle joke when it was a different comedian, but he was saying that he went to Africa. He was in a taxi, and the taxi was an original African man, and he turned around and looked at him. He's like, "You not an original black man?" He's like, "How black do I gotta be?" You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's like you, bro. Like,
but you think Africans have a thing against like African, like
I've been
Black
told
Americans?
I've been told by Africans that they do, yes.
They don't fuck with
that they don't fuck with us.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's across the board, but that's what I've been told by.
And that's kind of fucked up. But look, Mexican Americans and Mexicans also have that
Really?
dynamic. Yeah, 100%.
So like Mexicans don't fuck with you?
Like Mexican Americans don't fuck with straight Mexicans.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
They just feel better than a regular Mexican.
So-
in my opinion.
So where do you fall into that spectrum?
I'm a Mexican, but I don't hate or have no feelings towards Mexican American. But I'd be like, I do see a lot of Mexican Americans. I'd be like, oh yeah, you white, and then it's not like racist or anything. It's just like they carry themselves more as they grew up in this country versus they were born in a different country. Because I was born in a different country and came here.
Well, they're allowed to classify as white. Like this,
Yeah.
it's on the census or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like
100%.
it's Hispanic and it's like Latin Hispanic or like white Hispanic or some shit like that.
Yeah, I mean you can either one,
Yeah.
because technically you're born here, you're American. But that's what I don't understand.
What does Hispanic mean?
I don't know. And I was watching like there's a
Cause like that would be Spain, right?
there's a group where it's like you're Latino and Hispanic. There's two different things. A lot of people think it's the same thing, but it's not.
So Latino is like
No.
no.
So I think Latino is like Spain. It could be the other way around. In like all the other countries, and then Hispanic is like Mexican in all like South America.
That has to be flipped.
It could be.